Hey there, Buttercup. Buckle up and welcome back to the Great Interdimensional Mystery Club. Tonight, I'll be your cosmic huckleberry, guiding you through the unknown, the unseen, and quite frankly, the unowned by anything or anyone on good old Earth. Ever wondered what's really out there, hovering, zooming, and yes, sometimes crash landing in our world? Let's unlock that celestial vault, dive headfirst into the unfiltered drama of UFOs, light shows, and cosmic visitors. Fair warning, this might just make your mind do the electric boogie. Chapter 1. UFOs, Visitors, and the Interior Government. Picture this, an expanse of sky, silent but for a mysterious glimmer darting across. Not a plane, not a bird, but something else. This, dear darling, is where we begin our investigation. UFOs, and yes, I'm talking about the ones we can see and measure, often zoom through our three-dimensional reality, behaving in ways that leave even the smartest physicists scratching their heads. Now, the juicy part. Every time one of these objects pops up, it shatters our cozy little view of what real reality is. Our science insists Earth's physical reality is the only reality. So, naturally, official investigators dig for data that might debunk what they're actually seeing, rather than thinking, hey, maybe there's more to this cosmic onion. Are we alone in the universe, or are we just refusing to share the remote? The true adventure begins when you start asking the right questions. Do these UFOs obey Earth's physics, or do they defy it? And where are they coming from? For the eager knowledge hunters among us, these questions are golden tickets to an intellectual thrill ride. Spoiler alert, once you pull this thread, it's going to unravel layers of reality you didn't even know existed. Behind the curtain, the interior government and their pet UFOs. Let's sprinkle a bit of intrigue here. Some of these UFOs aren't from outer space at all, but are instead the creations of secret scientific societies, the interior government. Think of them as the wizard behind the curtain, crafting vessels with advanced technology far beyond what's shared with the public. If you thought Area 51 was mysterious, these folks would roll their eyes and mutter amateurs. It's easier for them to allow sightings to slip between the cracks than to admit, oh yeah, we're holding on to tech that could solve half the world's problems. So they let the public marvel, theorize, and eventually move on, but let's be real, they're sitting on a treasure trove of information that could revolutionize everything. Health, economy, science, even religion. So why the cover-up? Simple. It'd shake the very foundation of societal control. Otherworldly guests and fallen angelic intruders. Now about those guests from afar. No, not your in-laws from out of town, but bona fide visitors from other realms. Species who think your neighborhood's worth a peek. Some sightings involve solid ships operated by extraterrestrial life forms, and yes, they're in cahoots with the interior government. These alliances go back almost a century, involving tech trade deals from cultures that make ours look like the Stone Age. And then, there are the UFOs that don't fit any easy category. Ever heard of the fallen angels? Not the motorcycle club, darling, but beings from realms beyond, those who know how to wield the forces of interdimensional physics like they're playing an arcade game. Imagine parallel Earths, versions of our world that are similar yet different, sometimes advanced enough to peek into our reality. When their objects or beings interface with our dimension, they can appear as solid ships, glowing lights, or downright unexplainable phenomena. Are they just passing through, or is there a cosmic agenda we're blissfully unaware of? Decoding the light forms and paranormal oddities. Then we have the true rock stars of the UFO world, the light forms. These aren't your typical take me to your leaderships, but radiant phenomena with a foot in both the physical and the ethereal. They're like that strange cousin who shows up unannounced at family reunions, hard to categorize, and even harder to forget. From quick flashes to glowing orbs, these light forms are often dismissed as mere tricks of the mind. But let me tell you, sometimes they're as real as you and me, just operating on a frequency band our current science hasn't caught up to yet. In certain cases, these interdimensional light forms aren't just anomalies, they're deliberate manifestations by intelligent beings. Some are even operating right next door in alternate dimensions or time streams, studying us, perhaps debating whether we're even worth studying. Types of UFOs, the who's who of cosmic visitors. Before you go thinking that every UFO sighting is either swamp gas or little green men, let's get classy and categorize. Our interdimensional visitors fall into four main groups. 1. Covert government projects, created right here on Earth but kept under wraps tighter than a mafia secret. 2. Interdimensional anomalies, seem like vessels but are actually phenomena from parallel Earths accidentally bleeding into our space. 3. True blue interdimensional ships, genuine transport vehicles from alternate dimensions, sometimes piloted by human-like beings or others with even stranger forms. 4. Classic alien ships, just as you've imagined, darling, and yes, they're from other planets within our three-dimensional universe. These are our cosmic suspects, each carrying clues that tell a story of a much bigger and stranger universe than our TV science specials would have you believe. Time portals and the dance of dimensions. If UFOs and light forms have you on the edge of your seat, let's crank it up a notch. Time portals. Imagine this, other versions of Earth, perhaps even past or future Earths, are connected to ours through doorways in time and space. These portals allow beings from other dimensions to stroll into ours, and sometimes, well, things don't exactly go according to plan. Ever heard of cigar-shaped objects in the sky? Sometimes those are just cars or houses from other dimensions, accidentally interfacing with ours. Reality, as it turns out, is a wild, wild place. Ever feel like you're being watched? Maybe you are by yourself, in an alternate universe. So, where does that leave us? As the centuries roll on, humanity is inching ever closer to its own cosmic awakening. You can keep your head in the sand, sure, but the truth has a pesky way of surfacing. In the next 50 to 60 years, this awareness will become unavoidable, even for the most skeptical. And if we're prepared, we might just handle this cosmic shake-up with grace instead of letting it hit us like a freight train. Buttercup, the journey is only beginning, and your role? Well, it's nothing short of epic. Stay curious, stay open, and above all, stay aware, because knowledge is power. Whether you're here to save the world or just to satisfy that burning curiosity, remember, you're a part of this intergalactic drama. So take it all in, ponder the possibilities, and who knows, you might just be the next interdimensional huckleberry, guiding others through the fog. If tonight's tales left you intrigued, share the knowledge. Let the world know there's more to life than meets the eye. And hey, if you need a refresher, come back anytime. I'll be here with more cosmic cliffhangers, ready to bend your mind and maybe even tweak your reality just a bit.